my body and head, whatever. You get the idea. It's just a camera trick. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, I just want to talk to you about the Quant Elite is running 3-year promotion. Can you believe it? I only got very tiny amount of slots available. I don't know when they'll sell out, but I just thought I'd put a video on the latest on that section. So first one is, if you're not familiar, I do webinars every week. And what's going on? So we talked about the rise of Bitcoin, the webinar. Originally, I was going to do that as a public webinar and put it up as a video playback, but there's, again, I just get into this notion of sharing all my latest quote-unquote discoveries, which have been doing really well. And this one was no different. And what I'm seeing in the crypto space, this one was mostly 99.9% crypto, and talked about holding patterns, what I'm seeing, which ones to buy, Bitcoin and a few others, and where it may go. So that's only going to be available on my Elite. So just one example of many, many benefits. Now, part of that includes everything I do for 3 years, man. Now, I have not shown this ever before. Now, this right here is my portfolio up until April. Okay, so this is on cointracking.com. And this is what we want to watch for, is this right here, okay? This is the performance I've had since April. I've got these 5 coins in possession. That's a breakdown. I have mostly BNB, which has been my worst performer for the last month or so. But you can see here what I'm figuring is that one of the keys I relayed in that webinar was that you look at that performance at 30-day trend on those 5 coins. You got 36%, 23%, 32%, 19% in 1 month. That is unbelievable. Okay, the BNB, not so good. So there's things that we can take away from all that. And that is from coin tracking on the previous strategy. So I've got 2 strategies I've worked on for the last 30 days. I got a mean reversion and also a momentum base for the crypto. But I'm seeing more opportunity more consistently in Forex now. Even though these are doing really well, you're better off just to hold the coins. Just hold them and just hang on to dear life. Intraday, you can just see the 24-hour trend, the 7-day trend, and the 30-day trend. And you look at also the 1-hour trend. When you look at those trends over those time periods, you can see which one is doing best. It's your 30-day, okay? So why would you kill yourself trading the intraday? You know what I'm saying? So everything's all up and running in the next day on my server, and I'll be getting back to business after that. And I'm also tracking CFDs now, and I will tell you that is another great place to invest. From what I've seen with everyone's going on about U.S. stock is doing well, I'll tell you there's much better ones doing way better. Think of it this way. I just learned this in a video. It's a very valid question. If the U.S. stock markets are doing so well, why does the Fed have to cut interest? It's because they see something that we retail folks don't see. So when you look at the charts and the data that I see, I will tell you what's moving is U.S. Treasury, all maturity levels, 30-year, 5-year, 10-year, 2-year, performing really well. Also, you think gold's doing well. It's doing okay, but UK and Germany Bund are doing well too, still outperforming gold by a long shot. There's also Australia, for some strange reason, the markets there are doing way better than the US. Same with China. Don't ask. It's just what I'm seeing over the last few weeks, or week probably. And on top of that, You think gold's doing better. There's one doing better than gold. It's called the gold-silver ratio. If you looked at a WANDA, you see that as a CFD, and it's a recognized major asset that you can purchase through ETFs or whatnot. So that's outperforming gold. So there's gold, and then there's all these other ones that are outperforming that as well. So I'm seeing that through CFD. And then there's the odd time where you get agriculture's doing well too. Wheat. And copper, and the other one that I'm seeing odd time is natural gas. And of course oil, but oil's doing very volatile moves. So you see that stuff as well that I watch in the CFD markets as well. But right now, you got cryptos doing well, and that's what we're doing, and I show all that stuff in these webinars. So if you want to jump on it now. It's a 3-year, and not only that, but I'll be adding signaling to the analytics service, and one big thing I'll be offering is source code in Python that you can have on your end, and it will read your emails that come in, maybe like if you have Gmail, and then it'll read those emails, signal emails, and it will go in and do its text searching, looking for the word buy signal, exit signal, or whatever, and then you can connect that automatically into your account using your API token key, and I'll provide that source code through the analytics service. So that's something I'll be adding. One thing I will say is with this trial and tribulation the last month or two, it's mean reversion. It's not momentum based. If you do momentum based when everything's mean reverting, you're going to get slaughtered. That's something I also talked about in the webinar, and that's what's been happening. You got to know when everything's mean reverting or is it momentum based. And I've got the conditions now for the crypto. It only trades when certain market conditions in crypto say yes, trade momentum. Otherwise, trade pair trading, day trade with not day trade, but overnight holding, pair trading with momentum based techniques. So that's what I've got now, and I'll be unleashing that into this service in the next few days. Every time I look for bugs, I find more. It's crazy, but that's the plan. Right now, if you buy and hold, just buy and hold. You can make good cash. I'll show you those stats again. Those are awesome. Like, that's really good. 36% with Bitcoin. Ethereum's giving me 23%, and all the other ones are doing okay. But what I said in the webinar is just focus on Ethereum and Bitcoin, because those are really doing well. Even on my other one, like Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, they do well and then they drop off. But Bitcoin and Ethereum seem to hold their own because of the volume. So that's what I'm recommending if you follow that philosophy in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And my predictions have been doing really good because late Saturday, when Bitcoin was moving up, I thought, will I wake up to Bitcoin being $11,000? And at 8:30 it hit $11,000, and voila. And it's been like that every day, and I could show you pattern after pattern that I'm identifying that's doing really good. But you don't need to trade it, not automatically yet. You use automation for analyzing things to get to see where the performance is. That's a no-brainer. But in terms of the trading, buy and hold seems to be working pretty good in the crypto space, and Bitcoin and Ethereum do really well performance-wise. So that's what I recommend, but I drill it down in the webinars, and we'll have another one next Monday on whatever the topic is, and maybe CFDs and what I see with CFDs. It's always about getting the best performance every week. And the other big thing is you want to get on the chat server, that you get this lifetime access to the chat server, and I post stuff there I don't post anywhere else. So that's part of the plan. Hey Cody, how you doing? And that's part of the plan as well. So that's what I have right now. The signaling is going to be the big one, because everyone's asking, well, that's great, you have all these analysis, but I can't do it while I'm sleeping. I can't do it while I'm on a weekend when I'm doing something called life. I get that. That's why I came up with this through somebody else, to add the code on the emails that get sent out via, maybe let's say Gmail, and have the trading get hooked up into the signaling via the emails, and then just right away have a server or an ability for that Python script to be able to connect into your exchange on a 24/7 basis, and just reading those emails as they come in. And one big thing I will tell people: always start small. Never go crazy and put your life savings into it. Here in Canada, we had a Quadriga. People are putting $500,000 into these things, and they lose out because the owners get corrupt and cheat people out. So I never recommend that. But one thing I am noticing, I just noticed today when somebody asked the question of Coinbase versus Kraken, I have to focus on U.S. based exchanges because, sorry, half my market is U.S. based. So those are the two exchanges I look at. But surprisingly, I found Coinbase had higher volume than Kraken. But I'd still stick it out with Kraken because Kraken has a much better coin selection than Coinbase. Coinbase has a very limited coin selection to trade off of, but Kraken has a good selection. The volumes, it's okay, but you can still trade, and it's still doable. And you don't need to worry about between those two, but at least they're regulated within the states as well. So there's that. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. Again, all of this is part of this package, everything I do, plus a 10-year archive, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into it, but if you got a question, type them up now. I know there's a 20-second time lapse between my voice and what you hear on Facebook, because I'm on Facebook right now. I'll post this on YouTube as well. But if you got a question, let me know. I'll gladly answer it. But again, I give the lifetime access to the chat server. That's where I fine-tune my mean reverting pair trading strategy because of that, because of a few people on that to help direct me to get to where it's at now, co-integrating into the future, pure co-integrating, blah, blah, blah. That's been very helpful for me, and so far, so good. Plus the Forex as well can be the same thing. Doesn't look like there's much out there, so I'll leave it at that. If you got a question, let me know. If you want to join, I should tell you how to do that, shouldn't I? Hang on here. All right, so on my website, okay, so if you go into the website here, quantlabs.net, all you gotta do is go under. If you're not on my on my email list, you can just either download a PDF or courses, and you get some bonus stuff. Just put your email and name in there. If you're part of it, what you can do watching this video, just come into the store right here at quantlabs.net, and you just choose Quant Elite here at the bottom, right there. Now remember, I only got a very small number of slots because I don't like giving away 3-year access to stuff that I do. It's just kind of very high risk maneuver on my part. But right here, you get this option here, annual subscription, right there. If you do that, it's going to be this price. So you span that over 3 years. It's like 300 and change per year. Very cheap. So once the slots have been bought up over the next couple of days, week, however, I'm going to reduce from 3 years to 2 years, and we'll leave it at that. Includes everything, 10-year archive, everything I've got, the webinar. So this will get posted. Where is it? And let me just get my screen here. That will get posted later today. Rise of Bitcoin webinar. All this secret current stuff that I post every week, private web, and the chat server is getting used up a lot too. So that's it, and I'll leave it at that. If there's no other questions, and thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you online at some point. And if you want, come up to one of the webinars I post every Monday. Over and out, later.